Somewhere around here. It's only very shallow though. Maybe. It actually gets a little bit deeper under here, so I might just leave it there. We'll chuck you all the way in there. Sort of. And we'll come back. Yeah, we'll set one more and then we'll have a bit of a fish. Might as well. Look at that, just there. There's a crab just here, I think. I just saw him moving along. He's just there, but he's so muddy, I'm never going to find him, I don't think. Where is he? There's definitely a crab moving across though. Oh, well, that's promising. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put the pod just up here a little. Okay. I'll put it just over here. Just in there. So we've got 2 pots. We know we saw at least 1 crab just then. Surely there's got to be crabs up in these mangroves here. Lots of holes just in the bottom of the roots and up further. So as that water comes up, hopefully the smell will get around and we'll get some big uns. Alright, so what we're doing today is we're going to put some crab traps out. Like I had intentions, the surf's been massive over the last week and the wind's been up. Today there's been a bizarre wind drop. It wasn't forecast, but tomorrow was meant to be forecast as low wind. But and I had intentions of going out offshore on the kayak. The surf's a bit too big to risk going through the bar on the boat. But yesterday as I was putting stuff in the recycling bin and shoving it down, I managed to slip my wrist like quite deeply with like a tin can that was pulled up. So I've put the kayak trip on hiatus. Yeah, it's not it's a bit of a gash across my wrist and it does sort of open up and start bleeding every now and then. Not deep enough to hit any veins, which is good, but definitely deep enough to probably, it's borderline stitches, but I think I'm gonna just roll with it like this for a couple of days and see how it goes. I think it'll seal up. But what it does mean is there's no going offshore, especially in the kayak, for maybe a week or so. But I figure I could come down and just try something different, come to a spot where I know I've caught flatties over here before. And I figured, you know, like I had a bit of a fridge mishap this week with the door not shutting properly, so my wings got ruined as well. So I thought, you know what, rather than waste them, let's get the crab traps out and see if we can find a crab. We'll do a little bit of fishing. Oh, there's definitely things moving around here, whether they're flatties or just mullet. But yeah, we should get casting, but the plan is go for flatties, have the pots in for a couple of hours, and we'll see if we manage to get something. If we get some interest, then happy days. If not, hopefully, hopefully we get a flatty in between. It's always nice to give something a different crack, and if we get some crabs, mate, I'll be cheering. And the fact that I just saw a crab getting around there surely means that we're in a good spot. Alright, we'll get off this edge here. And we'll go back around this corner. That's where I really want to be. It's very shallow over this ground here, so just a nice slow roll, and hopefully we go over something that takes an interest. Okay, we're in a nice little pocket where there's a little less wind hitting me for now anyway. So let's just give this big bait a try, and if we think we're not in the running, then we'll switch back to the smaller little grub. Oh, it looks good though. Definitely worth a cast or two. Little brim chasing it in. Eyes bigger than his stomach. Alright, we'll switch back to the other little grub. I just figured if I'm only going to be able to fish these smaller areas, maybe we should just get some numbers on the board. Oh! Excited me then. Well, I hope the crab trap's doing better than I am, because I've not had a single hit. Just been working this whole area, but unfortunately we're just not having much luck. I think we're stuck in the weeds here. Yeah. Maybe we start drifting back towards the crab pots. It's been about an hour and a half to 2 hours, I think. Yeah. Almost 2 hours actually. So, not quite long enough, but by the time we drift in through this whole patch here and back around there, kill another half an hour at least. But we'll fish all the way back. Surely we've got to get at least one flathead, come on. Here we go, we've hooked something. Come on. Oh, it's definitely a flatty. Not huge. He hasn't done a run though. Oh, he's a keeper though. Come on. Come on. Get you in. We're just going to try and pull you up here. Okay. Well, not a bad flatty. Definitely a keeper. But, we won't take him off the hook yet because he could easily flap off. I'm definitely known for that. Mate, I reckon that's a good start. I reckon we take him home. And yeah. That's a great one. Where am I going to put him? Didn't think of that. Alright. No. No, you know what I do have actually? Just put that over his eyes for a sec. Okay, I've got these lip grips. We can secure him first. Come on. Okay, now we got you. He's not going anywhere. So we'll get this guy off here. And you know what? Maybe we'll put him out of his misery. Oh, maybe we need to get away from this edge first. Actually, because we're getting pushed into the rocks. And there's a lot of oysters on the rocks. So stand-up paddleboards do not like oysters. Okay. Back up in the mangroves up here where there's no wind. And we'll deal with you quickly. Okay, we'll quickly put him out of his misery. But no, that is a cracker of a fish. No, very happy. But two would be the best. We'll pop him in here just so he's safe in there. And then what we might do is we might try and put him under that crate. We're a whiz-bang operation, aren't we? Look at this fancy stuff. Alright. Did that even go on? It did. Alright. Well, we got our first flatty. Hopefully we're going to have flathead and mud crab. But we're making a bit of a mess here of the line, so we better stop that before it turns into a problem. Okay. Oh! No. There we go. Alright, back out into the zone. But, alright, we got something. If not dinner for a family, definitely lunch for me. That's alright. Well, this guy's just a little guy. Unfortunately not big enough, whoa! Unfortunately not big enough to take home. But still a plenty cool looking little fish, huh? Wow, they are very cool, prehistoric looking creature. Oh, alright. But you gotta watch out because they got really sharp spines on the sides of their gills and they really do hurt. Oh, he's gonna let himself go. That's fine. See you later, buddy. You weren't big enough anyway. Struggling to get another bite now. I don't think it's as good as back closer to the mouth. Slightly better water. Alright, well, we've fished for a while now. It's been maybe almost 3 hours. So I reckon that's hopefully enough time to attract a crab or two. You can see how much higher the water's come. Hopefully that smell's wafting through everything and getting them a bit excited and they've come out of their holes. There's quite a few traps in the center here, so I reckon I might have more luck short term in some of these closer ones anyway. Oh, here's my first one. So I might as well get in here and see if we can find something. And nothing. Bummer. Well, you know what we do? We'll throw it back in and get that right in there. And we might leave that. Maybe we'll come back tomorrow because there's still plenty of bait on there. Maybe at night that'll be the way to go. And I know I saw a crab just over here, so bit of a bummer. But I guess it hasn't been in that long. And overnight's going to be our best bet. Ooh, almost broke my paddle then. Alright, let's go check the other one quickly. Oh, we do have one. Buddy. Oh, jeez. Camera's fallen off. Jeez, I'm lucky that didn't fall in the water. I wouldn't have even noticed it. Alright, but we do have one. Here he is. And not very big, not big enough unfortunately, but we'll get him out. Alright. Come on, buddy. Well, not a bad looking crab, and a male. But unfortunately just a bit too small. Pretty cool though. Alright mate, you go back in. Well, we'll leave that bot in and we've got another one down here. Wind's pushing me down pretty quick back down to this, the launch site, but yeah, no, we'll come and pick those up tomorrow morning. Hopefully we'll have some crabs and we'll be able to do a bit of a crab cook up. Oh, this could be tricky. This is one spot I definitely wanted to wear thongs. There we go. Now we're standing. Let's just get away from these oyster rocks. That's the problem here. Too many oysters. But when the tide comes up a little bit, it won't be as much of a problem. But with all these rocks exposed, just had to be careful getting in. Yeah, that wind still picked up a little bit. It was meant to be sort of no wind, or low to no today. It's about the only day this week that's going to have low wind. But even now I can still feel a bit of a breeze. Oh boy. Okay, I knew it'd be low, but I didn't think it'd be this low. There's my trap out of the water up against the mangroves. It's only a matter of inches before it was under the water, but yeah, I don't even know if I'll be able to reach mine. Look, there's someone else's trap out in the middle, and look how low it is there. Even out in the middle channel, it's pretty much almost out of the water. This is going to be interesting to see if I can get in at all, or how firm this mud is going to be. We're going to sink straight in. How deep are we going to go? Yeah, we're going down, not quite knee height, but we'll probably hit a knee height sort of section. Let's have a look. Oh well, looks like we're getting muddy. Oh, what? No way that's natural, man. No way. There's no way that huge hole there. Well, that's a bit of a letdown. Because I'm guessing the crabs just walked on out. Okay. Well, that's a bit of a bust. But I'll drag it back over. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we can just assume that the crab trap busted by itself. But, okay. Let's walk over. Well, I'm not sure what to make of that. Whether it's just what happened or... yeah, I don't know. It's awfully sus, isn't it? Anyway, let's just move on. Not put too much thought into it. Surely no one would cut my pot, would they? Look at that. Like, you can't tell me that wasn't eaten by crabs today. Or last night. It's clearly been completely devoured. Anyway. Next pot. Bit disappointed in that, actually, after all this effort. What it does make me realise though is maybe I could put the pots in at my local creek. I'll have to put 4 pots in, and then instead of getting them out all the time, because it's actually really easy to come check them and put new baits in, the real pain part of the pots is getting them down, popping them all up, you know, taking the room in the boat. Like, if I just put the pots in and rotated them, it'd probably be pretty good. Look at that pot just sitting up there, not marked. I don't know what's in that one. But it's not my pot, I'm not allowed to check. So what leads me to believe that someone's come and checked the pots is, yeah, let's just try and get in and have a look at it first. Because look at this, when I get closer, now I didn't necessarily notice it on the other one, but I definitely see it on this one, and that is this big line here. See that line going out? That's a propeller line for sure. So it means someone's come all the way in, they've come in, and look, let's have a look. This is the pot that had crabs in it yesterday. No crabs, not one. Yeah, I don't know. Look, bait's clearly been eaten. Pretty disappointing. Yeah, especially knowing that when they were only out for like, what was it, like just under 3 hours, we got crabs. So we got one crab at least in this pot. And the bait looks like it's been significantly eaten. Oh, we're a bit muddy though. Yeah, that is a bit disappointing, to be honest. Especially when you see something like this huge big outboard trail coming through. Yeah, like I definitely put money on it that some grub has come and checked the pots. So all of that effort, we get nothing after all of that. And look, it's like see how they stayed in the channel and then they saw it and then came straight in straight to my pot and then straight back out. Like it's not like they, you know, there's no other reason why they came in there. They like beeline to the pot and then beelined out. Yeah. Anyway, and now we gotta get out of here. Oh well, at least we're having a bit of fun. Oh, that one's close. I think I'm having fun anyway. This is fun, isn't it? All right, let's see. Let's get that bait out. I might as well collapse the pot. Okay, can we push ourselves off this? I hope so. Just. Alright. Well, I guess we paddle back. See that drain hole there, that's different to the outboard mark. Because that's draining out from that section, coming through and coming from the higher ground. That one is like a beeline towards the crab pot. Big difference. It just seems like every time I come down to this area, I get something happens to my pots. Last time I think 2 or 3 of them went missing, and then this time someone checks them, and a couple other times I've tried and there's always something that looks dodgy. Like that first pot looks like it was cut a little bit. Anyway, let's get back to the car. We'll find a nice spot and we'll do let's cook up a nice flathead, because that's still pretty good. And I saved it yesterday. I thought, oh, I'll save it because you know, if we get a crab we might do something together, or I wasn't quite sure what I was doing. But now it's the only option we got, so yeah, let's give it a crack. Look at that pot. Look at that pot there. I just paddled past it and it's teeming with crabs. It's got at least, I would say, at least 5 in it. How frustrating. So whether it's because it's a locals pot and they know, or for whatever reason, that pot in the center there has a stack of crabs, like maybe 5 crabs, at least 2 of which look very legal. They're just sitting up the top and they ran down to the bottom of the pot. That's a little frustrating. Whether it's because those pots are local and the people that check them know not to check those ones and take anything out of the local guys, or something like that, or for whatever reason that pot has a lot of crabs in it, clearly not checked, teeming with crabs. But a pot just over there, there's clearly not a locals pot, no crabs, and clearly looks like tampered with. So that's pretty disappointing. Just 1 crab was too much to ask, apparently. Apparently they're all their crabs. What a bummer. Anyway, we'll just have to let that one go, I guess. But I don't, you know, yeah, it's pretty disappointing. Cheers, coming down there, you can see it's pretty messy. That's the bar. You normally see where those waves are breaking all the way down there. That's sometimes where we fish for bait, so there'll be no bait fishing at the moment. But look, you could, it almost looks like you could maybe sneak out if you turn left across that way, which is normally the way you do it. But yeah, pretty messy. There's not even surfers in this section, it's pretty gross. But it's a bit windy up here, might go down and see if we can find somewhere to do a little cook up. Yeah, how's that house? I don't have one hell of a view. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, we'll face the back into the wind. Just out the back at the park there. Okay. And get the knife out. And cucumber. So the first guy. Oh, I guess I need to do the flathead as well, but we'll get to that. So we're just going to make some pickle for our super fancy sand day. This is just white vinegar. And a little bit of salt. We want it to be quite sweet, but we'll just let that sit and pickle for a bit. Now ideally, obviously, we'd do this for a little longer, but you can get a pretty good result pretty quickly actually like this. And we basically just want to get all that sugar dissolved. Steal one of these bowls back, put the pickle in here. And get our lettuce, super finely cut, beautiful. Just plain old iceberg, such an underrated lettuce, so full of juicy sort of crispness. Definitely, actually, like in Australia, I don't know about other countries, but in Australia it was just such a standard, the iceberg lettuce, that it kind of gets overlooked these days, but it's actually really good and perfect for a sandwich like this. So we popped him in the car fridge yesterday. He didn't actually end up getting used yesterday. I thought, oh no, we're going to get crabs, we probably won't need him, we'll just take him over to family or something. But guess what, turns out we will need him and we won't be catching the crabs. So let's get this guy filleted and we'll turn him into something delicious. Alright, yeah, some delicious fish fingers, basically, is what we're going for here. Because we're making a fish finger sando. Just going to make this into a bit of a mayo mix. Eventually, get pepper in there. And a little bit of salt, so we can like make a nice sandwich filling mix. This is going to be the most delicious fish finger sandwich ever. Alright, that's like pure taste right there. Can't really go wrong. Mayo, salt, pepper, lettuce. It's amazing how much the pepper through lettuce like that and mayo, it makes it damn delicious. So, fish straight in, bit of mayo just to make it all stick. Probably should have used the spoon again, but we're going to get dirty in a second anyway. there. Oh, yum. And see, part of me was actually thinking of doing a beer batter, but then I realised I only had this much oil, so it was made more sense to just do some crumbed anyway. And then we changed it to a sandwich anyway, so I think fish fingers, crumbed fish fingers is going to be much better anyway. So quite looking forward to this. Get this pan hot and we'll get them on. And we get the 2 nice slices out here. Pan. Oh, I'll have to cut the crumbs off, Rod. They are ready, so let's quickly grab them out. Oh, I've broken a few. A little bit. Little pipe. Oh, flathead. You wouldn't think by the looks of it was going to be so good, but it's easily right up there with the best of them. Been so long since I've had it that I've forgotten how good it is. Let's just eat these end bits, huh? Can't wait. Get our lettuce mix. Put the bread down. So first things first, we put some of the mix on. A couple of pieces of fish. Oh, I think we can fit this little one in the center there. Beauty. Damn tongs. That's why we use the chopsticks. Another reason. Alright. Sweet pickles. You wouldn't believe it's so easy to make delicious sweet pickles that quickly and that easily. And they're only going to get nicer as well, but you can see there's plenty of liquids been soaked in there. And they've got a delicious sweet pickle taste. You know, and you adjust it, depending on how sweet you want it, you adjust obviously the sugar level. But let's definitely get these guys on. Go across that way. What am I doing? Across that way, right? Drip off a bit. Decent amount of pickles. Don't be too shy. Love a bit of sweetness in there. And then get some more of the mix on top. Might as well finish all that up. Need my hand back. Just make sure it's fairly even. I think there's enough salt on there, but a little bit more pepper. Make sure we get it the same way as we cut it, which is not that way, this way I think. Alright. Oh boy, this is going to be a sandwich to die for. Oh yeah, that's going to be tasty. I did bring this beer because we were going to have a beer battered, but we changed our mind, so I had to run that in the esky, or the cartridge. So let's go. Maybe we can even just use the seat. I want a little bit of shade where I can sit up. Let's just get that half there, we'll pick it up. Oh, don't fall. Oh, mate, that is a good looking sandwich right there. The perfect finger food, eh? Fish fingers. And just on the white bread. Sometimes white bread is definitely the bread for the job. With something simple like this. That is delicious. What started out to be a pretty sketchy idea. Like, I was confident in the idea. I was quite excited about the idea of going and doing something different inshore. I was like, oh yeah, crabs would be great. And then I've got to admit, it was pretty disheartening to check them this morning and see that they'd been taken. But this sandwich makes up for all of it because it really is damn delicious. Mate, it's not a bad looking sandwich, is it? Love a good cross section of a sandwich. And we can just pan up and check out the surf, which is looking pretty average. Wonder how long it'll take to calm down. It's actually calmed down a lot since I've been here, I would say. So hopefully over the next day or two, we might find a chance to get out